Yeah.
Right, okay.
So what's happened with this being long-term high, that's why this has such a wide flare, okay? Because it's the weaker wall because of its natural angle. This being near vertical, the inside walls are always near vertical. They're never flared out.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to take this down just a little. See how that broke off? It doesn't want to be
It's all
there.
dead.
Yeah,
It's all dead and sticking way up there.
Okay, this I'm going to take down just a tiny bit. This is where, that's where most of the beyond the vertical really is. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this and make it totally passive to the ground, so it's not pushing up anymore. Then I'm going to go to this part of the toe and I'm going to rocker that down, so when she is at rest, she's going to rock her on that toe, eliminating even more pressure, because most of the time she's going to be at rest. What she's going to do is rock to the toe, relieving more pressure, and those heels pop right down. And it'll start to open up at the same time it's coming down.
Okay.
I'm making real careful strokes down here because I'm just above soft tissue, and that's where I want to stop for obvious reasons.
Is this the one that was acting up, or that one?
The other one.
This one
This
is
one?
asleep that he's working on.
Is the one?
No, this one just wants to come back.
Is there something there?
No, there's not, but there might be.
Friendly.
Well, at least it's like it.
I had to see it, and then I find it. He's doing tricks. Yeah, there's that rasping work. I hadn't seen it working before.
Dave, what's the difference in just go ahead and dropping that entire heel and everything? You're saying that those tubules are straight where you are?
Pretty much.
Because it looks like to me, when I look at that, I think the whole side of the foot is shifted up, not just the heel.
Pretty much. Probably get hard, but she didn't know you guys were going to have time to do it.
I've just been doing this all day. Yeah, observing.
How's Russ?
Well, it's already passive to the
He's
ground.
okay.
It's not
He's
touching
all.
at all.
A matter of fact, I
Because
told
he
him
had
if
very
we
hard work.
do
It's not making ground contact at all.
So Jim is still here now.
So what does that do for the foot? I think that's what she was asking. What's that do for your goal?
This
Yeah.
is actually going to allow this heel to drop down and open up all on its own. And it's going to pull the tubules with it.
Monday. Here, I'm open. Oh, that. Because I'm just like, well, there's no one's gonna be here for that, you know. So. You did today? I did. Good.
She's working on her. And she doesn't like to back up.
Why do you feel the need to get this? What's the reasoning behind not
Well,
taking that?
If I weaken it too much, it still has the possibility in softer ground to be pressured in.
Okay.
So I'm leaving this a little flatter so it can resist against outside
And
pressure.
then finally she'll
Gotcha.
take a step or
Okay.
two, and I said, good.
I got one more thing. I've treated a horse like this a
Yes.
lot. Just one more.
I hardly ever touch that.
Well, it's real thin anyway, so it's wearing pretty fast.
If you gauge her wall thickness back here,
Right.
look at how thick it is over here. This heel keeps growing and tipping, growing and tipping, and always putting the pressure on the inside. To me, you can also help this heel if you maybe lower it a little bit, but also thin it back in here this
Well,
way.
it's thin now to the point it's not gonna, for the next 6 weeks,
He's already in there.
this has already got a good straight growth.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the time it grows down, this heel should be fixed. It shouldn't be flaring out anymore.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
and
I
I'm
guess
leaving a little bit of sole here, just for integrity of the whole foot right now.
But if maybe I'm not getting it, but this is the side that's being compromised.
Well-
This is the side that's pushing it.
Well, no, this is the side that was high, that's caused the sheared heel. It was tipping the foot this way, and that's why this was so flared out. You can see how much flare
I
we
got
took.
it.
Okay?
Yep. I would have, just me, I would do this. I would round this.
Well, I gotta leave some integrity here, because we may go the opposite
But it's
direction.
honking there. Look, to
Oh,
me,
yeah.
it's honking.
But this is so thin, there's nothing for support against the
Well,
heart.
and I think because this side is so.
Now, if you'll look, if you'll look here, you've got a pretty nice, natural slope of the wall. Right?
Yeah. And to me, it's just a little thing of following that around to the heel.
Yeah, next trim, then it's really gonna be noticeable. The next trim, you'll see exactly what not to take, what to take. Right now is the setup trim.
So when should you do that? In like 2 weeks, 4 weeks?
Next week.
Next week. Okay. So 7
Try
days.
and keep what I just did there for at least a month.
Okay. So it's
And
once a
then
week.
you've
or-
got all our information.
Yes, I do.
Send me pictures.
Okay.
And then I can help you with whoever it is you've got trimming.
Okay.
And you're saying if you would have, and normally on a foot like that, I guess I would have just taken that down, live sole plane on that inside, as far as that's like 2 live sole plane, 2 live, or right above live. And I would have really come after this flare from the outside. And you're saying that it would have been too much and allowed the foot to continue